Ben, welcome back to DC. You broke some new ground already at some of the Grand Slams this year. I was wondering what goals you have set for this U.S. swing beyond just making it that next round further.
Yeah, always the biggest goal is the U.S. Open, but I love all the early tournaments, lead-up tournaments in the U.S. swing. I think this is one of the tournaments with the best tennis crowds. There's a lot of energy around this tournament. It's the reason that, after a different slam, if it was, 2 weeks after the slam ended and I was in the quarterfinals, I'd probably pull out and not play. But this is a tournament that I never want to miss, just because of the energy and excitement around it. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. Looking forward to putting up good performances. I always say I want to go one step deeper than I went the year before, and that's not always the case. But I hope to have some big results in this U.S. swing.
So I wanted to ask you, especially now that you're back in the U.S., about that quarterbacker thing at Wimbledon. What was now that kind of, I guess, being back here? So what was your youth football life like? What did you do? What did you play, or where did you play, and at what age were you when you played football growing up?
Nah, I was just playing like boys and girls club, first round of middle school football, and then, first year of middle school football after boys and girls club, and then I stopped. I stopped young. I mean, it's kind of like I think overplayed story. It's not like I was playing in college or something. But yeah, it was a sport that I loved growing up. I played a lot of sports until I was like 13, and then I kind of shut it down and started focusing on tennis. But I thought it was huge for my athletic development, hand-eye coordination. I just think that for me, it was the way that I was able to develop physically, athletically, and a big reason of why I'm where I'm at today.
Anastasia, Ground Pass Podcast. You kind of talked a little bit there about not wanting to miss this tournament, and this tournament specifically has kind of launched a lot of great runs into the U.S. Open. We look at Coco, who won this tournament in 23 and then won the U.S. Open. Do you think this is good prep, especially, for example, with the weather leading up to August in New York?
Yeah, I think it's great prep, regardless of the result here. In 2023, when I made semis of the Open, I lost first round here in singles, but I was in the finals of doubles. I had a good run here last year, and I felt really confident going in the Open. Obviously, Foe got me a little early in that tournament, but I thought I was playing great tennis, and yeah, I think this is a great tournament for me to kind of start my U.S. swing. Obviously, it used to be Atlanta the year before, but I kind of like this schedule better. It's nice, going from D.C. to Toronto to Cincy. We use the same ball now, so it's like once you get to the hard courts, it's nice to be able to train with the same ball, then play with the same ball in all the tournaments leading up. I think that's how all the, pre-Grand Slam swings should be, and, D.C. did a great job adjusting from a different ball to, using this ball now, and I think that it's been great for the players, and I mean it speaks volumes with the player field that you have here this year. 4 or 5 guys in the top 10. I don't know, 8 or 10 in the top 20. It's stacked.
And Ben, for you and Francis getting the opportunity to play doubles now, I'm just curious, what are you looking forward to most about that opportunity of having the opportunity to play with him? And then also, when you guys are practicing together, is there any talk that goes into strategy of the doubles matches, or is it just kind of, playing with your friend and kind of friendly competition out there?
You just asked if Francis was talking about doubles strategy? Nah, I mean, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to compete, obviously. I think we should get a good crowd here, and we thought that would, be a good place to play. Hopefully get a dub and play a couple matches, but even if it's just one match, we'll have a lot of fun out there. We'll enjoy ourselves Monday night, kind of get ourselves ready and in a good place for our singles matches, and I love playing doubles. I like, the extra competition, and especially if I'm playing with one of my boys, someone I like to be around, and obviously Fo's one of my best friends out here on tour.
I wanted to ask you about the U.S. Open, and some players will talk about the sort of feeling a little intimidated the first time they go there, the noise, the commute from Manhattan to Queens, the airplanes overhead, the fans. It's different in a lot of ways, particularly from other Grand Slam tournaments. I'm just wondering, from the first time you went there, did you feel comfortable and enjoy all of that hubbub, or did that take some adjustment?
Yeah, I guess I find peace in the chaos because I feel more uncomfortable at the quiet tournaments where there's not much going on and, it's not as many fans, or the ground isn't packed with people, or there's not a stigma of excitement around the tournament. It's like, for me, that's what I live for, playing these tournaments. It's like every tournament of the year, there's other tournaments that are sick, that they're cool, but for me, it just can't compare because that energy is not there when you're, driving from the city to the site, or, getting ready to walk out on Arthur Ashe. For me, there's no feeling like it. That's my personal opinion, but that's where I've always felt at home playing, and the reason I feel like I play, my best tennis there.
One other unrelated thing. For a tennis player, obviously a racket's a pretty important piece of equipment.
You said racket?
A racket. When was the last time you switched rackets? Or have you since becoming a pro? And is that a difficult move if you did do it?
Yeah. In 2022, I was using a racket that I bought from Tennis Warehouse or Tennis Express. One of those. I was using a Yonex, but they were just off the shelf. I put some lead tape on them myself. And it was the Yonex racket that Stan used to use. So I had grown up playing with Wilson, and then I switched to the Yonex right before college, and I used that until 2022 U.S. Open, and I was having some problems with my arm, and I switched to the racket that I'm in now, and I haven't switched since. I make little tweaks sometimes in the off season, whether it's the grip or strings or where I'm putting weight in the racket. But for me, I feel like finding a consistent frame and making tweaks is a lot easier for me than trying to find a different frame, or because I love the frame that I'm in, and there's going to be small things each year, whether the tour's playing faster or slower, how guys are hitting the ball. The tour's really fast right now. The courts are really fast. DC, this court's playing really fast. And, got to put the ball on the court for sure.
Francis may not be the most serious doubles player, but you're playing next month with somebody who is a pretty serious doubles player, and Taylor Townsend, who's I think probably got the best doubles ranking of anybody who's on the entry list now for U.S. Open Mixed. So yeah. I'm curious how you two decided, how you found her as a partner, and then also how seriously you guys are going to take that, because I think you guys are shortlisted for a lot of people as pretty clear overdogs in that tournament.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Got some big hitters in there, but yeah, we're both from Atlanta. We've known each other, been friends since I've been out on tour, and obviously we made a semis run in the U.S. Open. Personally, if I wasn't still in the singles, we probably had a good shot at taking that title. And yeah, she's the best mixed doubles player in the world, hands down. So if I was gonna play, I wasn't gonna play at all unless I could play with her. My dad was like, "There's no point in playing if you're not trying to win it, and you don't think you have a chance to win it." And she's who I think I have a chance to win it with. So it should be a lot of fun. We enjoy ourselves. We compete hard, but we clown out there also. And yeah, it's a big prize. I forget what the prize money is for the tournament, but I feel like it's ridiculous. It's $1 million, yeah. So, I guess you could say we'll be playing hard. Yeah, I hit her up. I was like, "So we doing this or what?" And she was like, "Yeah, I was just waiting on your call."
Last question. Hi. You talked a little bit about, in your previous answer, about loving tournaments with energy, and you don't like the quiet tournaments, and you're pretty young, and you're the next generation of tennis player that we're getting. Do you see a change in tournaments with fans, allowing free movement, allowing talking, that sort of thing? Is it something you're excited for, encouraging? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's all about the kids. Like here in DC, for example, there's 1 million kids on site, and it's hot, but they're still excited to be here. And you tell a kid they can't speak for hours and they can't move out of their seat and they can't, that's not something they're going to be excited to go to. And yeah, that's what's important to me. It's, getting young fans in our sport, the people who are the next, best players in the world, but also just the next normal tennis fans who love the sport and travel around to watch it. And, you have the traditional tennis fan already who love tennis and have always loved tennis, but it's the younger crowd that had always been lacking. And I think that there's kind of been a shift. For me, especially in the U.S., the crowd's a lot younger, a lot more diverse. You just notice it in the airports, the people that recognize you now and are big into watching tennis or watching Wimbledon or love what Coco's doing or saying something about Francis or me, all the Americans. It's pretty cool because tennis has never been a sport that was as appreciated in the U.S. as other sports, and I definitely am feeling the love and can see that happening. So for me to be able to feel that energy in a sporting event, I think also is what young crowds want to see and want to be a part of, So that's what I think makes it cool about a tournament like this, because you can see how much fun people are having on site. Thanks.